In this particular session of engineering curves, we will see the construction of conic curves, and especially in this particular session, the construction of an ellipse by arcs of circle method is considered. Okay. So in this session, we will see the construction procedure of an ellipse by arcs of circle method. So first we will see what is an ellipse. As I have already told you, an ellipse is nothing but a conic curve. So conic curves are the curves which are obtained by considering or by taking the sections of a cone. So if you consider this circle, so here this circle is obtained when we consider a section or a cutting plane parallel to the base. This yellow section is nothing but an ellipse. So ellipse can be obtained by taking section or a cutting plane which is inclined to an axis of a cone or inclined to the base of a cone. This green region is nothing but a parabola. So parabola is obtained when we consider a section or cutting plane which is parallel to one of the generator. While this blue section, as you can see, which can be obtained when we take a section plane parallel to the axis, and this blue plane represent the hyperbola. So when we consider a section plane parallel to base, we can obtain circle. When we consider a section or cutting plane inclined to the base or inclined to the axis, we can obtain an ellipse. And when we consider a cutting plane parallel to one of the generator of a cone, we can obtain parabola. And when we consider a cutting plane parallel to the axis of a cone, we can obtain hyperbola. Now looking to the definition of an ellipse, especially for this particular method, that is arcs of circle method. The definition is that an ellipse is a path traced out by a point which is moving in a plane such that sum of its distances from two fixed point, means from two fixed focus point, remains constant, and its that sum is equal to the size of the major axis of an ellipse. So to understand this definition, let's consider portion of an ellipse having major axis AB. This red line is nothing but major axis of an ellipse. Let's consider the portion of an ellipse passing through major axis AB, and which is having two focus point, say F1 and F2. Now as per the definition of an ellipse for arcs of circle method, let's consider point P on ellipse. So as per definition, distances of point P from two focus points are nothing but Pf1 and Pf2. So summation of these two distances Pf1 and Pf2 should be equal to AB. So Pf1 plus Pf2, that should be equal to AB. Similar way, suppose there is another point, that is P1. Again, for an ellipse, this definition should satisfy. So for P1, P1 F1 plus P1 F2 equal to AB. I hope the definition is clear how the point P moves in a plane such that the sum of the distances from two fixed points should be equal to AB. So after the definition is clear, now we will see the applications of an ellipse. So in engineering field, the manhole of a processing vessel in industries are of elliptical shape through which a person can enter inside the vessel for the maintenance. Similarly, for the civil structure also we can find the elliptical shape of the different structures. Now, the possible given data for arcs of circle method are the major axis, minor axis and distance between two focus points. Now we will see how this given data will be helpful for the construction of an ellipse. So when we know any two given data, then we can find the third one. Okay. Suppose major axis and minor axis are given. Then we can find out the distance between two focus points. Also, the minor axis and distance between two focus points are given. Then we can also find the major axis. Now we will see how that can be find out. Let's consider given data are major axis and distance between two focus points f1, f2. Okay, so these two datas are given. Say major axis is AB is given. Draw major axis on which from the midpoint half f1, f2 and half f1, f2 on other side. So we can mark the f1 and f2 on major axis AB. Now we know that minor axis and major axis are perpendicular bisector. So we can draw one vertical line passing through the midpoint AB. Now consider one of the endpoint of a minor axis is on an ellipse. That point is point C. Okay. So as per definition, CF1 plus CF2 equal to AB. So as AB and CD are perpendicular bisector, where CD is the minor axis. Okay. So CF1 equal to CF2. So we will have CF1 equal to AB by 2 and that is equal to CF2. So to obtain C from F1, draw an arc at a distance AB by 2. So this way we will get C. In same way on other side also we will get point D. So here minor axis is obtained from the given data major axis and distance between two focus points. Now we will consider another case and that case is nothing but the when minor axis and major axis are given. Here given data are the major axis and minor axis. Okay, major axis and minor axis of an ellipse. Say AB is the major axis, CD is the minor axis. Okay, as C is the point on ellipse. So sum of its distances from two fixed points must be same. So let's say F1 and F2 are the two focus point. So distance between F1 and F2 we have to find out. So in a similar way, C as a center, draw an arc on AB at a distance AB by 2. So we can obtain first focal point F1, and on other side we can also obtain another focus point, that is F2. Now say given data are minor axis and distance between two focus points, that is F1 and F2 is given. Okay, so two data minor axis and distance between two focus point F1 and F2 are given. So draw F1, F2 from midpoint, draw CD. Okay, OC equal to OD. Okay. Now we know that CF1 is nothing but AB by 2. Here we have to find out AB. So we know that CF1 equal to AB by 2. So O as a center, draw an arc of radius CF1. So you will get A point over here, and on other side you will get point B. Okay. So O, this arc is nothing but CF1, and CF1 is nothing but AB by 2. So this way we can obtain major axis from the given data, minor axis, and distance between two focus points. Now we are clear with the procedure that how the third parameter or the third data can be obtained from any two of these three. Okay. So once that is clear, then we can start the construction. Suppose major axis and minor axis are given. So draw major axis as a line AB. Draw minor axis as a line CD such that both the lines AB and CD will be perpendicular bisectors at point O. So draw a line CD which is the perpendicular bisector for AB at point O. Right? Here both the axes are perpendicular bisectors. Right? So given data are major axis and minor axis. So in first step, draw both the axes. Now we will move further for the construction of an ellipse. So draw an arc from point C of radius AB by 2 on line AB to obtain the first focus point F1 on major axis AB. So C as a center, AB by 2 as a radius. We can draw an arc on line AB. So we can obtain the focus point F1. Similar way on other side, also draw an arc from point C at radius AB by 2 to obtain the second focus point F2 on major axis AB, right? So this we have already seen how to obtain the F1, F2 from the given data AB and CD. So now we have obtained F1 and F2. So three datas are obtained here: AB, CD and F1, F2. Now divide F1O into any number of parts. Here point you have to remember that not necessary equal. Whatever number of parts you make, that those parts need not to be equal. So we are now dividing F1O into randomly into say 6 parts. Okay. Now we have to number these points, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the numbering is from F1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now in the next step, let's consider E1 plus 1B. Okay. So here A1 plus 1B equal to AB. So we will draw first an arc from F1 of radius equal to A1. And then from F2 we will draw an arc at a radius equal to 1B. So the intersection of these 2 points will be point P1. Now you look at this point P1, then sum of its distances from F1 and F2 are nothing but A1 plus 1B, that is equal to AB. Right? So we obtain P1 point such that sum of its distances from two focus point F1 and F2 equal to AB. A1 plus 1B equal to AB. Now similarly one can obtain the point P1 below major axis. Again here F1 as center, A1 as radius, draw one arc, F2 as center, 1B as radius and draw arc to obtain P1 on other side of AB. So P1 can be obtained on right side of the minor axis CD by drawing an arc from F1 of radius equal to now 1B and from arc F2 radius equal to A1, right? So we can obtain point P1 with the same radiuses from F1 and F2 on all the four sides. Now for P2, consider A2 and 2B. Okay. So draw an arc from F1 of radius equal to A2 and from F2 radius equal to 2B. Okay. So from F1 draw an arc radius equal to A2 and from F2 draw an arc of radius equal to 2B. So the intersection point, that is P2, is at a distance A2 from F1 and at a distance 2B from F2. It means sum of the distances from point P2 to F1 and P2 to F2, that is A2 plus 2B equal to AB. Similar way we can obtain P2 on other side of AB, that is below major axis AB. From F1 at a radius A2 and from F2 at a radius 2B. Now on right hand side of the CD also we can obtain the P2 by considering the arc from F1 at a radius 2b and from F2 at a radius A2. Now for the P3, consider A3 plus 3b. Okay. So here A3 plus 3b equal to AB. So repeat the procedure. Draw an arc from F1 of radius equal to A3 and from F2 radius equal to 3b. So the intersection point will be point P3. The point P3 is at a distance A3 from F1 and at a distance 3b from F2. It means sum of the distances of point P3 from F1 and F2 is A3 plus 3b equal to AB. Now similarly we can obtain the point P3 below major axis, that is AB. Okay, means from F1 at a distance A3 and from F2 at a distance 3b we can obtain P3 below AB. Also point P3 can be obtained on right side of the minor axis CD by drawing arc from F1 of radius equal to 3b and arc from F2 of radius equal to A3. Now consider point 4. So first portion of major axis, that is A4, and second portion is 4b. So A4 plus 4b equal to AB. So draw an arc from F1 of radius equal to A4 and from F2 of radius equal to 4b. So intersection point is point P4 is at a distance A4 from F1 and at a distance 4b from F2. So sum of the distances of point P4 from F1 and F2 is A4 plus 4b, that is equal to AB. Now similarly we can obtain the point P4 below major axis from F1 and F2. Okay, so its distance from F1 is A4 and distance from F2 is 4b. Also point P4 can be obtained on right side of the minor axis CD by drawing an arc from F1 of radius equal to 4b and from F2 of radius equal to A4. Now consider portion A5 and 5b. So A5 plus 5b equal to AB. Draw an arc from F1 of radius equal to A5 and draw an arc from F2 of radius equal to 5b. So the intersection point will be P5. Similarly, sum of the distances of point P5 from F1 and F2 is A5 plus 5b equal to AB. So point 5 is at distance A5 from F1 and at distance 5b from F2. It means sum of the distances of point P5 from F1 and F2 is A5 plus 5b equal to AB. Now similarly one can obtain the point P5 below major axis AB from F1 at a distance A5, draw an arc. From F2 at a distance 5b, draw an arc. We can obtain P5. Also, point P5 can be obtained on the right side of the minor axis CD by drawing an arc from F1 of radius equal to phi b and an arc from F2 of radius equal to phi b. Also, point P5 can be obtained on right side of minor axis CD by drawing an arc from F1 of radius equal to phi b and an arc from F2 of radius equal to a phi. Right? So we can obtain P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, right? Like this. Now, by joining points P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, A, B, C, and D in a proper sequence, an ellipse can be obtained. So, this is the procedure of construction of an ellipse by arcs of circle method. If you consider any point on ellipse, that is P1, P2, P3, P4, of its distances from F1 and F2 equal to AB. So this is the procedure to draw an ellipse by arcs of circle method. Now we will consider the procedure to draw normal and tangent at any given point S on an ellipse. So for that, first mark point S on an ellipse at a given position. So that will be a given data. As per given data, mark point S on ellipse. Say this is the position of point S on ellipse. Now from this point we have to draw normal and tangent to the curve, that is ellipse. Right? So first draw two lines SF1 and SF2 from point S. Now draw a bisector of an angle F1 as F. Draw a bisector. So this bisector is nothing but the normal NN at a given point S. Now to draw a tangent at point S, draw a line TT perpendicular to the normal NN through point S, which will give you the tangent at point S. So this is the procedure of the construction of an ellipse by arcs of circle method, and also to draw a normal and tangent at any given point S on ellipse.